Anna in Fire Emblem Engage is an absolute beast of a character, but at first glance it might not appear so. She starts off as an axe fighter with okay stats across the board, but if you keep her on the path of a melee unit, you might find yourself unimpressed or even disappointed. This is because, despite starting off as the aforementioned axe fighter, Anna's true calling is with magic, boasting an insane growth rate of 50 in magic, dexterity, and speed, allowing her to become one of, if not the best magic-based damage dealers in the game. To do this though, it's going to take some investment, but it's well worth it. For starters, you're going to need to get Anna to level 10 so that we can get her off of the Axe Fighter class, and onto something that better fits and complements her growth rates, with Mage being an obvious choice. So at level 10, spend a second seal to change her into a Mage. From there, simply keep her as a Mage until you are ready to reclass her into an advanced class sometime after she has reached level 10 as a Mage, at which point there are a few options, with Mage Knight being one of those options. As a Mage Knight, Anna will gain increased mobility from becoming a mounted unit alongside the ability to use axes again, something that could be useful if you're looking to make use of the handful of axes that can actually deal magic-based damage, such as the Hurricane Axe. High Priest is another option that would give Anna access to the ability to use staves and operate in more of a supporting role. Finally, we have the choice that I personally made, and one that makes the most use of her offensive capabilities, Sage. As a Sage, you do give up some of the perks of the other classes, such as the increased mobility or the ability to use axes that the Mage Knight provides, or the ability to use staves the High Priest provides, but in return you do gain better stat growth for an offensive-oriented character and an S rank in tomes. Now, because Anna starts off as an axe fighter and will need to be reclassed, she will end up lagging behind your other characters early on. But this is easily overcome by abusing the incredibly broken Great Sacrifice ability from Micaiah. Great Sacrifice restores HP to all allies on the battlefield regardless of how far away they are from the user, and then reduces the user's HP to 1. Why this is so broken is because the user will gain more experience and SP based on how many allies are healed, allowing for a ridiculous amount of experience to be gained from one ability. In most cases, you will gain an entire level per use of Great Sacrifice. You can further boost this experience gain by making use of the Favorite Food skill, which is inheritable from Celica. Favorite Food allows a unit to use a packed lunch item and fully restore their engage meter, letting you reuse Great Sacrifice again in quick succession. In case you're wondering where to actually get packed lunches, they are obtained whenever you have a meal at the Somniel and the dish is well cooked. Alright, so we've gone over what class advancement path to use for Anna and how to level her up quickly. Now let's talk about which ranks to use on her, with the obvious choice being Celica. Celica provides increased magic, increased hit and avoidance via tome precision, off-healing capabilities, Echo for casting twice, Warp Ragnarok to warp around the battlefield and deal massive damage, and finally Resonance to increase Anna's damage by a flat +2 during combat. In terms of boosting Anna's damage dealing capabilities as a magic user, you really can't beat Celica. However, you may want to give Celica to another unit, or you may not even have access to her at all times, and in those cases, you're going to need to look elsewhere. May I introduce you to the bond ring, Olwen. Olwen is obtained when creating bond rings with Leif, and if you happen to get an S rank version of it, comes with one of the best passive abilities in the game, Dire Thunder. Dire Thunder guarantees the unit will attack twice when initiating combat when equipped with Thunder. Thunder is already a very good tome to use. It deals good damage, and more importantly has extended range over other options, allowing the user to safely attack with only other casters equipped with Thunder, El Thunder, or Thoron, or bow users with a longbow being able to counterattack you. Dire Thunder provides an effect so powerful that in my playthrough, I'm actually planning to not even give my second caster an engage ring. It's honestly a shame you can't inherit skills from bond rings. Now, there is another version of Dire Thunder called Wind Adept from the Soren bond ring obtained from creating bond rings with Ike. However, unlike Dire Thunder, Wind Adept's ability to let you cast wind twice isn't a guarantee and is instead a trigger based on the unit's dexterity stat, making it significantly inferior. So just get Olwen instead. Finally, the last thing to go over is what skills to have Anna inherit, and there are a number of good options to choose from. Speed Taker from Lyn is a nice choice given that Anna is an absolute wrecking ball that will be defeating enemies left and right for you. Perceptive from Marth is another good option that synergizes with Speed Taker and capitalizes on Anna's high growth rate and speed to give her a bit more survivability in combat for those few times where she can be counterattacked. Alacrity is another skill from Lyn that also synergizes with Anna's growth rates and speed taker that can allow her to take out an attacking foe before they even get a chance to actually attack you. You may even want to consider the utility option of Silence Ward from Micaiah for any map that has a bunch of pesky Silent Staff wielders on it. And should you choose to not give Anna Celica's emblem, inheriting Resonance is a no-brainer. Tome Precision and Magic are also options in this case as well, though I would personally gravitate towards previously mentioned skills instead. Finally, if you've picked up the DLC, Starsphere from Tiki can be a great option considering how early you actually get Anna. It's pricey at 1500 SP, but if you abuse Micaiah's Great Sacrifice as mentioned earlier in the video, you should be able to afford it rather quickly. And that'll do it for this guide on Anna and Fire Emblem Engage. Let me know in the comment section below if you want to see more videos on Fire Emblem Engage. I'm kind of using this video as a test to see if there's any interest or not. And of course, if you did find this video helpful and informative, please be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Also, if you have any questions about this video, Fire Emblem Engage, or any other game that I cover, feel free to hit me up over on Twitch at twitch.tv/RoslinGaming, or my Discord server, both of which are linked in the video description below. Until next time, take care.